These are the famous cliffs of somewhere. I'm not quite sure of the name. I won't try to pronounce it. But I have to ride my bike up along there. So, yeah, I've got a bit of climbing ahead of me. There used to be an ancient trail along the base of these cliffs, and there are stories and poems of children being washed into the sea because the parents were struggling so much to get themselves across they couldn't manage to get their children safely across as well. So very sad. Halfway up, lots to go. I've now reached the pavilion, which you could see in that last shot. I'm going to have a rest here, but first we look out to the sea. It's beautiful, it's flat, it's calm, it's quite lovely. And over there we see the expressway curving around, and we can see the road that I came up, and it's all very beautiful. And the cliffs, can't see much of the cliffs from here, but they're very steep. And here's a bit of a poster explaining the 4 different routes around the cliffs. The first one was a narrow path along the water's edge, where lots of people obviously drowned, came to grief. Then, second generation was a tunnel, which I can't actually see, it's down below me. Third generation was the road that I just took, and the 4th generation is the expressway. So anyway, I've had a rest at the pavilion, I've eaten a banana, a mandarin, a bit of chocolate. It's only 10 o'clock, too early for some lunch, which I don't have anyway. But there's this lovely little road going around the cliffs, which has been closed off to traffic because they can all go through a tunnel, but it's been left open and it's marked on the maps. Now, Komoot does not send me around here, but then Komoot's done a few really stupid things in the last few days. Mainly sending me along main roads instead of quieter alternatives. And I'm wondering if this is a feasible quieter alternative. The maps here show that I can go around this and that it will join onto the other road. But I'm a little bit dubious because past history shows me that they often block things off much further in. Anyway, it's only a couple of 100 metres long. So if they've blocked it off later on, I'll just have to turn around and come back. That's just life. Two, three, lots more further up. Hope they don't have rabies. Stay there, monkey. You stay there too. The road did get rather crappy and narrow and overgrown and mossy, but it actually came back onto the main road and it's open to the main road. Hallelujah. So that was really, really nice interlude, complete with monkeys. A really nice break from cycling along the road with all the traffic. This is what I mean when I said a few shots ago that Komoot was actually doing stupid stuff. It insists that I should go along the 8 highway, along the main road. And here is a coastal cycling route. I've got no idea how long it goes for, but anything is better than nothing. So that's what the cycling path looks like. Looks quite good. I've detoured off the main road, under a bridge, got here. And I thought I'd come to the end in case it told me on a sign maybe how long it is. And I'm absolutely gobsmacked. This cycling route is 102 kilometres. I can't believe it, 102 kilometres of cycling path. Yeah, there are a fair few zigs and zags and alternatives, but you know, that's fine. It's all good. It will take me all the way into Toyama. Yeah, in fact it goes a lot further even than I actually need. It goes up into the Noto Peninsula, which I'm not sure that I'll be doing, but it's all good. That's where I came through and over. There was a sign back there that said the Toyama Bay is one of the, 24 most beautiful bays in the world. I don't know if there's any Australian ones on the list. Anyway, looking at how much cement there is all around, I'm not quite sure what criteria there are to become a beautiful bay. But anyway, keep an open mind. And I see something really exciting up ahead. I'll show it in a minute. But first, a Ferris wheel. And there's a swimming pool. Looking rather empty and forlorn at the moment, but I do hear voices somewhere. Somebody is about somewhere. Childish voices, maybe in the playground up there. No, there are people on the shore. This is what I got really excited about before, because I thought it was sand. In fact, there is some sand in amongst the stones. Yeah. And a family having a lovely time at the beach. This Toyama Bay cycling route is just wonderful. Just cross this bridge, big wide river with hardly any water in it, but lots of rocks. Ferris wheel, view over the bay. And look, this is how the cycling path goes on. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. I love every inch of it. Not only is the cycling path amazing, but I keep going through all these little villages, beautiful houses and rundown houses, but this one's very nice actually. And the best part about this whole cycling route is that I don't have to navigate. I just have to follow these blue lines. Follow the blue line and get taken on, the best route through the countryside. So today, so far, it's been along the bay, but yesterday a lot of it was through rice paddies, through villages. It was really good. Not sure which way to go. Both routes are 46 kilometres. Both go to a place called Himi. Bit of a dilemma, but looks like my bike's gone ahead of me. It's already made the choice. Better run to catch up. Time for a chat and a bit of a break while I eat a banana. I've stopped in a most beautiful temple. After I've had this bit of a chat, I'll wander around and take some footage maybe. But my phone tells me it's almost out of storage. So I might not be able to take as much footage as I would wish until I delete some. I'm on the way to Toyama today. I hope to spend tomorrow there because tomorrow it's going to rain. I might go on the next day or I might not. But I need to be in Kanazawa in the next few days because in 5 days' time I need to be in, the name of the town escapes me, an airport 37 kilometres south of Kanazawa. It has a small town nearby with a B&B that I've booked. I have to go to Korea I'm going for 5 days. Basically, I'll need to do a visa run, leave Japan and come back. So hopefully I can leave my bike in the B&B because it has a garden. And come back from Korea and keep going. So that's the current plan. This is a shrine with a difference because it's got a big shrine and it has the water cleansing purification spot and a teeny little shrine. But it also has a playground over there. There's some sort of statuary, I'm not quite sure what that's about, but Australia's on that globe, which is nice. Tasmania's missing, can't see New Zealand either, but never mind. And there's a pond or a moat or whatever you want to call it all the way around. And if I duck under these branches, there's another shrine. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 of the Torii gates, very impressive. And this is the rear side of another shrine. And over there is my shrine to mobility, my bike. And there's the bench I've just had an hour's rest on because I can't get into my accommodation for quite a while yet, and I'm only 19 kilometres away and it's not even lunchtime. So I thought I'd just chill in the shade and listen to the water trickling, admire the scenery. It's quite lovely. It's 9:15 in the morning. I left Toyama at 5:30 and I've ridden 27 kilometres. So it's not far now to my accommodation. It's a very short day because it's just so hot. I was looking for a spot in the shade in a temple, but I haven't seen one. But I found this spot in the shade, and even better than a temple is some running water. Sounds nice. I'm going to check if it's nice and cool. So I'm not going to drink the water because it's a rice growing area and the water's probably full of pesticides and all sorts of stuff, but I just want to put my hands in it. Oh, that is so nice. The weather out there is quite warm, really, really warm. So I'm shortly before my accommodation, so I thought what I might do is find somewhere nice to sit for a few hours. And I was actually looking for a shrine and some shade, but I found this mall instead, so I'm going to go in here. This is the EV charging station. Like all the malls and all of the car sales yards and lots of other places have charging stations, which is, yeah, very advanced of the Japanese economy. And here is the bicycle parking station, and I've parked my bike there, and yeah, generally it's reasonably safe to leave your stuff on a bike, but of course there's nothing of value there anyway. And I've just spotted my sunglasses, which I've been looking for everywhere. Here they are. So yeah, there's my clothes and my camping gear, but there's nothing of value. I mean, if my clothes got stolen, I'd be quite miffed, but I'll have to go out and buy new clothes. But if the camping stuff gets stolen, well, it's just life. In that handlebar bag, most of my valuables, and the rest is in the other bag, which I'm taking in there with me, because I want to see if I can find a nice spot to sit, and then I'll work on my next video. Of course, whenever I leave my bike, even for just 2 minutes, I always lock it, and I always put the lock through the rear wheel and the frame of the bike. My theory being, if somebody pinches the front wheel, well, I can possibly go out and get a new one, but if somebody pinches the back wheel, because of the pinion setup, it's much more problematic. So I always lock the back wheel. And I have another longer lock here, which I will use as well, because I'll be inside for at least an hour or even longer. So anytime I'm inside for a longer period of time, I put the second lock on as well. And I usually try and lock the bike to something stable so that nobody can wheel the bike away. So now I'm looking around where I can lock it to, and I see a post over there. Unfortunately, it means that the bike's in the sun if I lock it to that post. So I'm looking around to see if I find a post in the shade. So I couldn't find anywhere in the bike area where I could lock the bike to, but I found the umbrella parking area. And there's this lovely railing here. And it's right next to the bike parking area, so I thought, yep, I'll move the bike here. It's a walkway, people will walk past it, but there's plenty of room, and on this side of the railing they can drive past, and my bike's not really in the way. I've used this lock again to lock the rear wheel to the frame, and I've used the longer lock to lock the front wheel and the frame to the barrier here. So it should all be safe and secure. And like I said before, I'll be taking my valuables in with me. This is an Aeon Mall, which is a brand which is right across Honshu in all of the big towns and cities. I often go into them because they're air-conditioned and bright and shiny and full of interesting shops, mainly coffee shops that I'm interested in. And there's always clean toilets and somewhere I can sit and just chill for a little while. So this is where I'm going in. Oh, there's the first coffee shop. So I came into a restaurant thinking I'd get a small meal and picked one. It took took a photo of one from the display, thinking I'd have a small meal, and this is what they've come up with. So there is rice. I'm not sure what that sauce is. That looks like some sort of stew, which I'll add into the rice. Salad. Pickles, there are always pickles. And chicken. I'm glad I told them the small rice. The sauce is quite nice. Bit of meat. Delicious. Absolutely. Bit of salad to keep me healthy. This is what Japan looks like at 5:30 in the morning on an overcast day. You can see that the rice paddies are getting yellower and yellower, and the harvesting is in full swing. I'm still following some really brilliant cycle paths through the countryside. Yeah, sometimes they start to get a little bit overgrown, but in general they're really, really, really good. I'm here at the Kenroku-en Gardens in Kanazawa, and they're supposed to be one of the 3 best gardens in all of Japan. But the problem is I've forgotten how to be a tourist. Got all these maps. Don't know what to do with them. Just confused. So I might just ditch the maps and walk around. There's a very pretty little island in a very pretty little lake. And all these people with their cameras getting in the way. Gee, don't they know? I've got 27 followers. What I'm doing is vastly more important than what they're doing. Where the hell am I now? There's some sort of fountain. Is there a fountain in this thing? Ugh, who knows? I must say the moss garden is very, very pretty. All this moss. Very calm, very soothing and relaxing. That lantern over there is a symbol of the area. So there's a long queue of people waiting to take a photo of it. I've just bought some postcards for my nearest and dearest. So, one, the wind blew them away. 2, 3, 4. All postcards about this garden. Yeah, nice pictures. Must be glorious in spring. Just glorious. If there's one image that will stick in my mind forever about this garden, is moss.